I'm going to take a look at the criteria for choosing an e-commerce plugin for WordPress. Now, there are really 6 areas of criteria to consider when you're trying to pick the right plugin. You have the definition of a product. You have the way in which products are displayed. You have the order processing ability. You have order fulfillment and order fulfillment management. You have marketing criteria, and then you have customer management. Those are really the 6 things you need to consider, the main 6 areas that you need to consider in terms of what you want to do versus what your plugin can do when trying to choose the plugin. So we'll start off with the product definition criteria, or how you create a product. What kinds of products can you create? And of course, the first one is just the type of products that's supported. Does it support digital downloads? Does it support physical products? Does it support intangible products? Now, really, they all actually support these 2 products, but intangible products are a little bit more complex. And so, can you sell memberships and subscriptions through them? Can you take deposits or reservations through them? Can you sell serial numbers or license keys through them? Can you sell tickets or vouchers? Can you take donations? These intangible products are really one of the places where the plugins are differentiated. Well, you may not think about this. Actually, the whole question of product variations has a very significant impact on this choice. Now, by product variation, what I'm really talking about is something a variation that affects, if it's a physical product, a variation that affects what you stock. So if we use the classic example of t-shirts and colors and sizes, right? Colors of t-shirts, so you've got red, green, and blue, and sizes, you've got small, medium, large. That really constitutes 9 different potential variations, right? Red, green, and blue for small, red, green, and blue for medium, red, green, and blue for large. And so you have the color is a variation, the size is a variation, and you may not have red for a small, you might just have green and blue. And you might not have blue for a medium, you might just have red and green. Right? So those are product variations. And you have to ask yourself whether or not the product variation that is chosen can affect the price. Right? Is a large t-shirt more expensive than a small t-shirt, for example? Can the product variation affect the inventory? Now, if it can affect inventory, it's useless unless you're not selling physical products. So if you're selling physical products, and you're not tracking inventory, then it doesn't really matter. But you want to know whether or not variations can affect inventory. You also want to know if variations can affect shipping costs, because it could very well be that the large t-shirt weighs more and therefore costs more to ship than the small t-shirt. And so you need to know whether or not variations can affect those shipping costs. And whether or not variations can be both digital and physical. Imagine the example of a bookstore where the bookstore sells a hardcover copy, a softcover copy, a PDF copy, a Kindle edition copy, an EPUB copy, a book on tape copy, or an audio copy, all of the same book. Those can all be different variations. They are likely to affect shipping costs because in the first place the PDF and EPUB versions aren't going to be, the Kindle versions aren't going to be shipped at all, right? So they won't have any shipping cost. The audio book version may be shipped, may be downloaded. The hardback version is likely to cost more to ship than the softback. So when you're looking at product variations, you want to know whether or not those variations can affect all those aspects of it or not. And it makes logical sense that it would, but in point of fact, it can't in some plugins. So these are things you need to consider. And by the way, next week, I'm not finished with it yet, but next week we'll have a checklist for you to use, where you can go through this 100 and some odd different points and determine, whether it's essential, whether it's important, whether it be nice, not important, or not applicable, and then you'll be able to compare that to this checklist that essentially follows the same pattern, but says whether or not it's supported by each of the different plugins that we're talking about and in what way it's supported. Okay, so we're talking about the underlying concept today, but we're going to look at the specifics next week, and then each of the weeks that we start one of the new stores. Okay, so in addition to things we talked about so far, other product definition criteria could be product attributes. Does the plugin support product attributes like dimensions, like 20 inches by 19 inches? Will it support attributes like resolution? And when we say attributes, what we're talking about mostly is things that can be used to sort through the products. So a person can say, I want to look at a 20-inch monitor, so they can look at the attribute of 20 inches or size to determine, or to filter out the results. You want to know whether or not it provides you the opportunity to do a short description of a product or an excerpt. This can be useful in the product catalog. It can be useful as an intro to the main product page, that sort of thing. You want to know whether or not it supports product images, and if it does it support and manage multiple product images? So can you have a little slideshow of the products? If you've got a product with 10 images, how does it manage those images? You want to know whether or not the products can support customer input. If you're going to engrave something on a plaque, or if you are going to sign the inside of a book cover, you may want the customer to be able to tell you what specifically they want when they make the purchase. Could also be the case that you're selling business cards or something like that, and you want them to be able to upload files to you in order to do that. So you've got this question of whether or not products can be created that have customer input. And then whether or not the system can manage and handle free products. You might decide that you want to give something away for free, and can you create free products, and can your shopping cart handle that? So the second set of criteria is the product display criteria. And what we're really talking about there is really two pieces. First, how the catalog displays, and then secondly, how the product page itself displays. So, can you display a product by categories and subcategories? Can you display products by tags or by custom taxonomies? Can you create it like a custom taxonomy, say manufacturer, and then display all the products by that custom taxonomy? Can you set up product tags and use those product tags as ways of grouping like products? Can you sort products? I mean, if you've got a product catalog page and you're looking at 100 products, can you sort those products by price or by popularity or by recency or by customer ratings? Can you, as I said before, narrow the results by attributes? Is there some way for you to specify an attribute that allows you to drill down to look at a smaller subset of the products? Does the catalog page have different types of display styles? Can you set them, say, to display in a product grid rather than in a product list, or vice versa? Whoops, I already said narrow results, but it's hilarious. I think I have 2 pages in here of the, whoops. I do have 2 pages in here of the same content. Okay. Can you purchase directly from the catalog page, right? Sometimes you can add to cart directly from the catalog and not have to go all the way to the product page if you wish. And then you switch over to the product page display. And if you create a product, does it automatically create a product page? You'll be surprised to learn that in a couple of cases that the answer to that is no, which maybe doesn't matter. Can the product page display product image or multiple images? Can a product page be set to display related products? Can it set to be display featured products? If you're selling videos or if you're selling audios, can you set it to play a digital preview of the video or the audio? And can the product be set to have multilingual support? This is actually one that I didn't have on my list till this morning when somebody asked that as a question, right? Does your product catalog have multilingual support?